is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy on Sports, joining you here this evening for some Week 14 action. Let's get this one going. Just 2 short weeks removed from the snow globe that was that crazy game in Cleveland with Jameis Winston rushing into the end zone, and then, of course, a couple of touchdowns from Nick Chubb as well. And get to return the favor here at Acrisure Stadium just a couple of weeks later. Appreciate everybody being on and joining me here tonight. Jason, welcome in, man. Hope you've been well. Here we go, Brownies indeed. Stocking caps and parkas on for the Browns players. Again, Phil Nagy on Sports joining you. Kit may pop in here. He has hockey tickets tonight in his layover city of Las Vegas. So maybe he will join us a little bit later. If not, we'll get this one popping. Do appreciate the delay in getting started here. I just picked the next play. Man, I'm not firing on all synapses either here, as the Browns are going to get the football first. Here is Jalen Darden. Watch out, Darden up the middle. Nice return to nearly the 40-yard line. And that's where we will see Jameis Winston coming back out onto the field. This is the one that I want. There we go. Nice return by Darden. Let's get this one going. Jameis. Nick Chubb on his left hit. It's going to be clear, but it's going to be cold in Pittsburgh. Here's Chubb, and he'll be blown up right away in the middle. Cameron Hayward. He has been tackling Browns running backs for the entirety of his career. And this one, no different. He'll actually get a loss of a yard there on Nick Chubb. Feedy still playing left tackle. Chubb will try the right side again, and he'll get a couple of more yards. That's going to set up a third and long, the first third and long of the game here for your Cleveland Browns. Winston with trips to the left side. He'll throw against the 4-man rush up his gut, and he'll throw quickly and short, way short of the line by about 4 yards. Elijah Moore on the receiving end, but that is not going to be enough, and the Browns will go 3 and out to begin this game here in Pittsburgh. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel, only place on YouTube where you can find these simulated live sporting events with the live original commentary. Of course, no Buckeye game this weekend, so no Buckeye sim happening, and just have not found a good day where my schedule lines up with when the Cavs are playing to get more Cavs sims going. There's a look at Russell Wilson, actually playing better than that in real life. They are 9-3, and he is, I think his only loss was to us in that snow game, if I am remembering correctly. Their first play of the game here. 11-11 on the clock. It's Najee Harris up the middle. He'll break one tackle and then be dragged to the ground by the Browns' second level of defenders. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. Thanks, of course, as always, to the generous gift from long-time subscriber Kai Megas for gifting us this gaming PC. Got to see the fun waiting video at the beginning as I control all things OBS as well. And also gives Kit the ability to jump in wherever he may be in the United States, where he's flying folks around. So again, he might pop on from Vegas a little bit later tonight. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. Hello to you as well. Here's a third down. First one of the game. They'll give it to Najee up the middle. He's going to fall forward for the first down that time. Thought maybe we could get him in the backfield. No Mo Hurst in this one for the Browns as their injury woes continue. Obviously, I think the one I'm the most concerned about is Cedric Tillman now going to be out. This is 2 weeks removed from that Thursday night game against the Steelers where he had that concussion, and he has still not cleared the protocol, so that means that's a pretty bad concussion for him, and hope that he can get back to playing some football this year. 2nd and 10 here. Russell Wilson after the incomplete pass. He'll be back to pass. Quick throw to the right side. A little hitch on that one. That's Scotty Miller who makes the catch. Now in his 6th season out of Bowling Green. Go Falcons. Back to pass. Wilson, good time. Now he's going to break out of it. Now he's going to run left. He'll get the first down barely before getting smacked by Martin Emerson. The first down at the 45, and Russ reminding us of that first down conversion. And first drive here for the Steelers has netted a couple of first downs. They'll go heavy with 3 tight ends to the left side of the line. They'll go the opposite direction, blown up in the backfield, and then the ball comes out and Diabate falls on it. Devin Bush hit Najee Harris right away, and Mahmoud Diabate falls on the football. They're going to celebrate in the end zone is the defense. Let's see if it comes out clean. I think his bottom is down there, friends. His elbow, his wrist, his bottom. I mean, smart play by Diabate to jump on it, but I think this one's going to come back. Again, don't mind the Nick Chubb stats. He didn't actually sit for any games this year when I had to re-sim the entire season after the trade deadline. There comes the booth review. Yeah, I think this one is going to be coming back, but credit the hit for Devin Bush. It's still going to be a nice TFL, but I think he is very much down before that ball comes out. So, 2nd and 13 for the Steelers is going to be the net result here. Okay, still a good play from Devin Bush. Now out of a pistol look here, Russell Wilson. He's going to hand it to the left. Harris will try the 45, breaks a tackle up to about the 47. Give him a gain of 5, and it sets up a 3rd and long here. Now 3rd and 8 for the Steelers. They need the 45 on the other side of the midfield stripe for that first down. A little bunch of trips to the right side. Back to pass now. Wilson. Pressure coming. Now he'll run from it again. Miles chasing, and this time Miles won't let him go. The big sack for 95. He scrambled for a first down earlier in this drive. This time Miles too quick with the pursuit. And Miles says, sit down, kid. Give us the football back. And Corliss Waitman will oblige. Here comes Darden from the 15. Spins off one man. Now runs into his blocker and then will be tackled at about the 24-yard line. Jameis and company back out onto the field. They went a 3 and out on their opening drive. And let's see what they can do here. Hey, there it is. Stars. Okay, yes, I wondered who they were playing. Should be a fun game. Enjoy the arena. Hey, Dwayne, welcome in. Go Browns. 4 for 55 last week at Denver. I think not. Come on, Madden. Don't you know that that game was crazy? 500 yards of offense, but 2 pick sixes for the full Jameis. This time Patrick Queen's going to blitz the A-gap, and he will sack Winston back to the 22-yard line. Yeah, I've heard it's a really cool stadium, and they got like a pretty cool intro with the night and stuff, so enjoy it. And 4th and 12 coming up after he tries to throw it in the direction of Joey Porter. And Jamari Thrash was the receiver in the vicinity, but a punt coming up now. 2 3 and outs for the Browns offense to start the game. Bajorquez left foots this one up into the icy Pittsburgh air, and it'll be fair caught at the 33-yard line by Cordero Patterson. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel. Again, Kit joining in chat for him tonight as he's off to see some Las Vegas Golden Knight hockey. Right side throw. What a play by Denzel. Throwing his body in front of it. Austin was there and had a step on him, but great recovery speed from Denzel Ward. A couple of new additions to the defensive front as early as today. Or earlier this week. Maybe about today, actually. Cameron Thomas was a decently high draft pick. Oh, that's cool. Then he's a Knights fan. Cameron Thomas, San Diego State kid who cut a decently high draft pick a couple years ago. And then James Houston, the twitchy pass rusher from the Detroit Lions, also acquired a week ago. So maybe he'll be up, especially with the injury to Mo Hurst not being able to go. You wonder if you'll see another edge rusher there and slide Miles to the middle a little bit more frequently if need be in those obvious passing situations. Also, T.Y. McGill, the longtime Indianapolis Colts, signed with the Browns this week as well as they continue to try to churn the bottom of the roster. Wilson to the right side, 3rd and 3, and he got a first down. Way too much cushion there. Freiermuth covered by Delpit, but he had about 5 yards in every direction. And on a 3rd and 3, that's too easy. Offset I formation. Connor Hayward is the fullback. He'll run across the formation. They'll play action it, and now Russ in trouble, and Obo Okoronkwo will sit him down at the 50-yard line. Obo getting the chance to get more snaps, of course, with the trade of Za'Darius Smith and the young emergence of Isaiah McGuire playing particularly well as well. Again, unfortunate that Alex Wright got injured because he would be yet another nice compliment. Here's the first touch for George Pickens, and on a 2nd and 17, he'll pick up a first down. And George Pickens, you bet there's going to be a little chatter this week, of course. He and Greg Newsome's little rivalry starting to heat up in the word department. Russ Wilson now firing a long right side. Caught, broken tackle. Is that Freiermuth again? It is. Athletic move from Freiermuth after the catch. He'll pick up about 9 and a 2nd and inches now. Wendell, it's a 3-9 football team. Madden doesn't think they're very good. We keep making them lose, so they're like, oh, I guess these guys aren't very good. Lots of dudes getting heavily nerfed all over the field. That defense is no exception. I think Myles Garrett's probably about the only one who hadn't been nerfed significantly. Maybe Denzel, who continues to play elite when healthy. Wilson blitz up the middle, big time, breaks the tackle and somehow gets rid of it. Oh, boy. He was in the grasp of Devin Bush, broke the tackle of the sack, and was able to throw it out of bounds. It would have been 4th and 15. Instead, it's 4th and inches, and they're going to go for it. So the heady play from the veteran quarterback leads to this. Easy first down. They had him for a loss again. Miles pushed him back, but Najee Harris just kept the motor running and able to easily pick up the first down when all was said and done. Well, that first quarter went quickly, and we're still a 0-0 tie, but the Steelers threatening to break that here. Browns still looking for their first down of the game. So it's going to be like that. Harris will try the right for a yard. 2nd and 9 here. Browns 14-yard line. See, it is realistic, Wendell. Back to pass. Wilson. He'll fire over the middle. Got out of the backfield. Harris to the 2 to the 1. 1st and goal. Steelers on a little angle route out of the backfield to Najee Harris. Jordan Hicks was with him, but Harris makes a good catch. Nobody there in the middle of that field. Hicks had been drawn to the far part of his little hook zone there in the middle, and now he'll spread them out 5 wide. Wonder if we see a QB draw here. Look how wide Miles is. He's down the R of Steelers. Wilson, left side, touchdown. Scotty Miller, pride of Bowling Green, into the end zone, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. And Miller doing a little dance with Pickens, and the Steelers capture the opening points of the game. Here comes the kick from Boswell. It's going to be 7-0 Pittsburgh here with 11:43 to go in the first half. Long time consuming drive, 14 plays. Well over 5 minutes for the Steelers, and the Browns now, again, looking for their first down of the entire ball game. And here comes Kadarius Toney as a kick returner, and he'll get a couple more yards past the 25, call it the 28. And Winston's got to get going. Not running the ball particularly well. Look at that. Total yardage about 90-4. Chubb, nowhere to go. Landon Roberts ran right into him. So Browns continuing to struggle with injuries. Pittsburgh getting healthy with Alex Highsmith coming back just in time to face us. Hey Mason, welcome in. Arch Manning 2027. It's so long to wait. I love your conviction towards it, though. Winston, now he'll roll to the right. 2nd and 10, and he'll be sacked. Larry Ogunjobi, former Brown, and now a 3rd and extremely long coming up for Jameis. And the Browns' offense looks like they might still be on the bus here. Yet to arrive in this game. Again, still looking for their first down of the game. They're going to set up a screen to the right side, and they had it, and he threw it away. Chubb. Incomplete, so he didn't get screen sacked, but he also didn't complete the pass. So I'm not sure if that's better or not. Bojorquez getting a workout here today. A big boomer down to the 30, flips the field for sure, and Patterson's down at the 37. Yep, Browns did let Ogunjobi go. Again, don't pay attention to those stat leaders. What happens is there's so many trades that happen at the trade deadline for me to keep up with all of them. It's silly. So the easiest thing for me to do was just restart an entire season sim after the trade deadline and just force all of the accurate results for the games, which we do anyway. So that's why Nick Chubb has that many yards, and that's why it looks like Jameis Winston has started the whole season in terms of statistics, even though we know that they both sat for a while before that happened. So don't freak out. He doesn't have that many in his 3 starts back just yet. 3rd and 4 now. Can the Browns defense stiffen? It's going to be one of those games like we saw earlier in the Watson era where the defense is going to play their guts out, and then they're just at some point going to be too tired to do anything. And there's a completion as Denzel Ward let Calvin Austin beat him. Defense is just going to be too exhausted if you can't get a first down. That's right now. We're a quarter and a half into the football game. The Browns haven't gotten a first down yet. Delayed handoff. Najee Harris. He'll try the right. Nice tackle. Good play. Nicely patient in the hole was Shelby Harris, and that's going to be a gain of 0 yards for the Steelers. Sets up a 2nd and 10 with the clock continuing to run. Wilson against the 4-man rush. He'll fire left side. Got it between the 2 zone defenders, Diabate and Greg Newsome. And Newsome against Pickens, again, starting to develop into a little bit of a rivalry, a bromance gone bad, perhaps. Wilson throwing again. He'll quickly dump it right side. Short throw to Austin, and he'll be drilled right away. In fact, I might have said he dropped it. Thornhill, who should be back from injury, makes the tackle. He either dropped it or got tackled for a 0-yard gain. Either way, 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. He's got time again. Right side. Over the outstretched head of his receiver. Delpit was in the vicinity. And now a 3rd and 10. Can the Browns defense get off the field? 7:03 on that 2nd quarter clock. Wilson back to pass. He's got time. He's got a man. Caught! Touchdown coming! Austin! He beat Newsome across the middle, and then he broke the tackle of Grant Delpit, and now Calvin Austin has doubled up the Steelers' lead here. Calvin Austin, very, very fast receiver. You can see he beat Newsome. Newsome breaks a tackle, and then Delpit also doesn't tackle him. This one could be going towards the direction of a long day, friends. Again, the Browns still waiting for their first down of the game, and the Steelers now have a 14-0 lead, which, if you can't get a first down, feels pretty insurmountable unless you're going to go with that 70-yard Jerry Jeudy play. We haven't called Jerry Jeudy's name all day yet. This guy's the 5th leading receiver in the entire NFL after just a couple of weeks. And ball's out! Oh, boy. Za'Darius Toney fumbled the kickoff, and the Browns extremely lucky to... Oh, no, they didn't. They didn't fall on. I thought they did. But the Steelers are in luck here as a special teams gaffe. And Bubba Ventrone's unit exposed again, and then into the end zone, and a touchdown one play later. Baby Gronk at Freiermuth into the end zone, and it is all Steelers here at Acrisure Stadium. Levels concept, and Browns just left him wide open. Delpit, no match for Freiermuth right now in that coverage. And this one is getting out of hand quickly here in Pittsburgh, which is going to be great for our viewership. Come on, Browns, don't you know? These people need you. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports. We do thank you to all 1,132 of our subscribers. You guys are the best. Picked up another couple new ones last week. If that was you, we're grateful to you for that. Also, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Video continues to grow our audience, I guess, especially for Steeler fans who are enjoying another winning season of football. And at least the games are entertaining. I will say that that Monday nighter with the Broncos was absolutely insane. I mean, Jameis Winston throws for essentially 500 yards and 4 touchdowns, and they lose by 9 because he also throws 2 pick sixes. And oh, by the way, don't forget that Dustin Hopkins missed a field goal in there too. Just an absolutely nutty game. That deep touchdown to Sutton, or to Franklin. Well, whoever caught the deep one right before Jeudy caught the deep one, or kind of deep ones back to back. Denzel was like an eyelash away from knocking that football out of his hands. All right, 3rd and 6 here. They're, again, still looking for their first down of the contest. Will it happen now? Winston, right side, out of the backfield. The Chubb breaks a tackle, but not a second. And the elusive first down still yet to be found, as we're going to go under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. It is not going to, Wendell. It is already a long day. But that's, I mean, again, we tease it. I like to use the hashtag full Jameis. Like, you never want to go full Jameis, because that is full Jameis. 500 yards passing, 4 touchdowns for you, but 2 pick sixes for them and another turnover. That is the full Jameis. That's exactly who he is. You're going to get that consistently. And it was so funny at the end. He was talking about he's praying to God, to the Lord to deliver him from the pick sixes. I'm like, I'm not sure that's how it works, buddy. But yes, you need to stop throwing the ball to the other team in obvious situations. And of course, the one where they actually, after they had done that, they had a chance to come back in. They were down 9. They drove it all the way right back down the field again, and he threw the interception in the end zone, which didn't get pick-sixed, but still they could have at least scored a touchdown, tried an onside kick. I mean, stuff could have gotten weird. You never know. Wilson, deep shot, left side. He's got a man. Is it going to be in bounds? No, he's a little bit out of bounds. That was Najee Harris. Look at Mahmoud Diabate running that play with Nagy, and the Browns will force a punt. Have not seen many of these today. I think it's just the second one today for Waitman. Hey, Jim, welcome in. It has been a tough start for the Browns. Currently still seeking their first down of the game. Yeah, it's exactly who it is. He is as advertised. He will throw for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns, which is what he did. He will throw for 3 picks, including 2 pick sixes, which is what he did, all in the same game. That is just who he is, which is, again, is he a better option than Watson? Sure, because he's willing to throw the ball down the field. But you're not going to build around this guy at 31 years old and try to make him your franchise guy. It's just silly. But he's playing well enough that somebody's going to pay him. We're not going to be able to afford him next year. And Jerry Jeudy picks up his first catch of the day finally, and maybe we're headed for our first down of the game. 3rd and 1 for the Browns. Back to pass. Winston shuffling. Caught it. Jeudy, first down. And there was much rejoicing for the Browns. That's their first down of the entire football game, and we are in the 2-minute warning of the first half, and they trail. It is entertaining and maddening at the same time, but you're not going to build your team around a guy like that, unfortunately. Here's an angle route to Chubb, just like Harris did for the Steelers on the other direction, but now they're going to run to the clock, and they need to hurry up. They're going to rush up to the line. Back to pass, Winston. Fired over the middle. Even if you did, like, let's say Mason's Arch 2027, like, that's the plan that the Browns are on too, and they're going to try to accumulate assets and get themselves in a Chicago Bears kind of situation. That's great, but I don't even think you can afford to pay Winston to be your quarterback for the next 2 years, because he's going to need too much money. And right now you got $45 million a year devoted to a guy that you're going to pay to stay home. Again, I don't know if you saw online and on, and then Kit posted in the Discord as well. The league has done their investigation, and he's not going to get suspended again. So that was our easy out of the contract, and the league didn't throw us a bone, and/or there wasn't actually anything that happened. That's certainly a real possibility as well. Browns trying to get in the end zone here. This drive had their first down of the game. Welcome in, 504. It has been a struggle for the Browns so far. We did not get a first down until the 2-minute warning of this half, about 90 seconds ago. Steelers up 21-0. We have fumbled a kick and gave them a 1-play touchdown as well after it. Right side throw, and then Winston goes the full Jameis. Interception in the end zone, takes points right off the board, and as we were just talking about, you never want to go full Jameis. And he just did. Akins would have had a tough catch falling out of bounds anyway. Minka's going to get both his feet in, and more Brownsing here. Their second turnover of the half, and this thing is gone off of the rails with 12 seconds left. I think the game plan kind of sucks, too. It's like they're running on first and second and throwing on third. This looks like the Ohio State game plan against Michigan. And Najee's going to get a nice gain, and I wonder if Tomlin wants to call timeout. Does not appear as though he's going to. Well, okay then. I appreciate you guys being on. It's been fun to be on with you guys. The game, however, not been very fun. We are down 21-0 here at halftime. And offense, with the exception of that one drive, didn't even get a first down. And then we got all the way down to the end zone, and Jameis threw a critical interception end zone. Again, they also fumbled a kickoff. Kadarius Toney fumbled a kickoff. And that was on our own 26-yard line. There you go, David. Welcome in. Gotta love a good pirate joke. Okay. Well, there's still time to turn it around, but you must start now if you are the Browns. Steelers can just suck the wind right out of this football if they'd like to. Play action to Nagy. Miles coming again. He'll fire deep over the middle. Tipped up in the air. That stayed up in the air for a long time. Delpit was the one who knocked it away. 2nd and 10. Wilson in a shotgun. There's a rookie center, Zach Frazier. Snaps it back. Double A gap blitz for the Browns. He'll get rid of it quickly. It's Scotty Miller again to the right side. He's got a touchdown today. As Wilson's now up to 168 yards on with 3 touchdowns and another first down there for the Steelers. And Russell Wilson, turn around, play action for him. He's got good time again. Now he'll dump it to the man he faked it to. Najee Harris, who broke 1 tackle, and then Diabate baptizes him in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost over there on that far sideline. That was a monster hit for Diabate. Again, down 21-0. You got to find the silver lining here. Back to pass, Wilson. Firing a deep shot down the middle. Oh, just over the head of Freiermuth. That Freiermuth-Delpit matchup has been a good one here today. Delpit ran right on down the hash with Freiermuth that time, and Wilson just overthrew him. 3rd and 8. Browns providing some pressure. Right side throw. Caught for a first down. Pickens. Tackled by Jordan Hicks. So again, playing some zone coverage there on 3rd down is Jim Schwartz, and Wilson and Pickett knocked it down. Of course, Wilson Pickett, longtime musician. Land of 1,000 Dances was Wilson Pickett, I believe. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Good song. Good run stop for Denzel Ward. Yeah. Ultimate. Well, I don't know. That's. While it would be funny because it's almost like tanking without tanking. Like, what? We're playing our $45 million quarterback. We know that he's terrible because it's going to help us lose the most amount of games. That's a tough thing to get the locker room to sign up for another 2 years. Like, they know. You're going to lose everybody if you're like, all right, guys, hear me out. We're going to play the worst guy so that our team sucks for 2 more years. That's tough for them to get on board with, in my opinion. It would be tough for me to get on board with if my coach was like, listen, Wyatt Teller, I know that you want to win, and in 5 years we're going to win with a quarterback that we draft in 3. But in order to try to get as many cracks at the bites of the apple to get that quarterback, we're going to have to lose a lot of games over the next 2 years. Are you okay with this? Wyatt Teller's going to be like, bro, get bent. I'm not into that. Yeah, no, I mean, I think we've already seen that start to happen. Za'Darius Smith, Amari Cooper. This team will look drastically different in 2 years for sure, if not just next year. Jerry Jeudy, he'll be around those since he is establishing himself as a bona fide number 1 receiver in this league. Good players are hard to find. That's true. Good one, David. Back to pass here now. Winston. A little dump across the middle. Broken tackle. Nice play by Moore. I actually thought Moore had a pretty nice game against the Broncos as well. Obviously over in the shadow of what Jerry Jeudy did, but Moore played a very nice game as well. And you're seeing that these guys with real quarterback play can be pretty okay. And there's a second pick. Oh, to Minka, of course. A second pick for Minka Fitzpatrick. And this one is not one that Jameis Winston is going to want to remember anytime soon. He's got his 2 picks. Now we're due for his 2 touchdowns. He felt good. He threw it in rhythm, and he threw it right to Minkah Fitzpatrick. Now 3 turnovers for the Browns. No turnovers for the Steelers. They have 3 touchdowns, though. Does that count? We'll trade you our touchdowns for interceptions. You can have them. You can have them if you want. We'll turn the ball over 3 more times if you give us your 21 points. Harris, he'll try the left, and he'll get a couple of yards. 3rd and 4. This is a big 3rd down here. We're under 6.5 in the 3rd quarter, and the Browns, their potential scoring drive chances are going to be down to about 1 hand's worth of attempts here very shortly, especially for a team that is literally struggling to get first downs. And there's an easy stop route to George Pickens, and he beats MJ Emerson for a first down. But yeah, I mean, if you go kind of across position to position, like, you're going to have a new left tackle. Maybe it's DeJuan Jones, but you're going to have a new left tackle. Joel Bitonio probably going to retire this year. He has slowed down a lot. Posic's just sucky all of a sudden, so you may have a new center. Teller's probably safe. I'm not sure what you're going to do at right tackle if you don't put DeJuan back over there. Jack Conklin's not getting any younger. Chief is probably safe. Akins maybe. Chubb will be around as long as his body lets him. Jerome Ford, I think, is a free agent after next year. Again, you have no idea what you're going to do at quarterback. Judy will be around. Tillman will be around. Moore, they have to re-sign. He's a free agent. Thrash will be around. David Bell will come back from the IR. So that's kind of, that's kind of where you're at. You're going to see a pretty decently different offense. I, too, wonder if Ken Dorsey comes back. You're starting to see now that just schematically his offenses are not super good at running. It's not just that Nick Chubb is not 100%. I think a lot of that is schematically. Dorsey, they didn't run the ball well in Buffalo either, but they threw the ball 60 times a game and had pretty good success. So I'm not sure what's going to happen on that front. I wouldn't be surprised if they move on from him. Potentially Andy Dickerson as well, of course, the O-line coach. So it'll be a lot of changes on that side of the ball. We'll do defense here in a minute with the Steelers inside the 10 now, 1st and goal. Browns blitzing everybody. Wilson picks it up. Touchdown. Scotty Miller again. This kid's all over the field. 2nd touchdown of the day. He loves playing against the Cleveland Browns. Again, it's a Bowling Green State Falcon. Played his college football up there in northern Ohio as well. And this one, yes, fortunately, as somebody mentioned earlier, I think maybe it was Wendell, when we have had bad sims in the past, it usually means a pretty good real product. Yeah, I mean, again, I was never on the he should give up the play calling. I thought Stefanski was actually a pretty good play caller. I just thought that they tailored it way too much to what Watson's perceived strengths were. And I'm not sure that Watson has any perceived strengths left, frankly. So I think you try to find a quarterback, maybe you overpay for a Kirk Cousins or a Sam Darnold. Again, you can't overpay. That's the thing. You got to try to find out if you're going to draft somebody or you're going to see what DTR has. Because you're definitely in a bridge years until you can get rid of Watson. Again, at this point, I think you're probably just going to pay him to stay home, pay him to be the 3rd quarterback. But you can't go back to it again. And I would be Kevin. I would go back to all my outside zone scheme guys, and I would try to run it back as much as possible as I could. That offense works. San Francisco's been very successful with it. And there's another sack. First time we've called Alex Highsmith's name. He's been out a few weeks with an injury, and the Browns just absolutely getting pistol whipped here today. And another punt coming for Corey Bojorquez. He's about the only player in the Browns roster who hasn't been nerfed. He's having an incredible season. He is Corey Bojorquez, but we're going to have to dig out of this one. Again, if you've never been on the channel with us in an off season, after the real season ends, Kit and I will help facilitate a virtual offseason. You guys get a help, so we'll put things up on the Discord channel. Hey, do you like this free agent package or this free agent package? How do you feel about this guy versus this guy? Like, we'll help build the roster. We'll do a mock draft, or we'll do a real draft. I'll control all the teams and make sure everybody's got, you know, the right amount of defensive tackles and linebackers and things like that, and then we will do a season sim in the off season, and that's usually when we have a little bit more fun because it's sort of pretend and we can see what it's going to look like. But man alive, oh, his Ward drops an interception. Oh boy, yeah. You can have Myles Garrett, but you also have to take. Now, the problem about that is that's like $75 million of cap that somebody has to be able to take on between those two guys. I don't know. I've gone both ways on it. I know Mason and a couple other guys on the channel were very much like, let's trade Myles now while we can. I'm not sure I'm ready to go there just yet, but it would devastate me less if they did it. I would say that. Another drop interception this time by MJ Emerson is another one of those players who's just had a massive fall off. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know, again, there's a guy I read on Twitter named Jack Duffin. He writes for the OBR, and he's kind of a Cap super fan nerd. And he's written countless articles about it. There are, I think if you wait until after June 1, that you could cut him with like only $80 million of dead cap or something like that, like, which they may be willing to do, as Wilson's going to scramble for another first down, and the Steelers just continue to pour it on. End of quarter number 3. Bad guys, lots. Good guys, very little. But so we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise you're paying him, what, $45 million a year just to sit at home on his couch. There you go. See, David, I appreciate these ones, but you're definitely recycling some now, because the tennis one you've told before, and the Amazon one you've told before as well. I know you have a limited supply, and you've been posting on countless videos, but those two I definitely have heard you use before. Anyway, we're going to get a holding call here on the Steelers. Let's go quickly through the defense. I kind of did that with the offense on who would be around. You assume Myles will be there. Tomlinson should be there. Mike Hall should be back from his injury. Alex Wright was playing particularly well. Isaiah McGuire will be around. Opo Okoronkwo, I believe, has one more year on his deal, as Harris is going to get a big run to the left. On the second level, I hope and pray that Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah plays football for us again. We're not even sure he's going to play football ever again with the devastatingness of that neck injury. So I hope that he plays for us again. That's obviously a big part of it. Okay, you're up at Hollywood today. Yeah, that's about maybe 20 minutes from my house. Second level, I think Hicks is maybe only on a one-year prove-it deal. I wouldn't mind seeing him come back. Bush has been fine. Diabate is going to be around again. He's really starting to play well. Denzel will be back. They're going to have to figure out what to do with Newsome. You're either going to have to pay him and extend him or let him go. MJ Emerson, again, I think he'll still be around, but I know they've been disappointed. I know he's been disappointed the way he's played. Delpit's here. Thornhill, I think, has one more year. Ronnie Hickman has another year as well. D'Anthony Bell, we already know this is Rodney McLeod's last year, so the defense should have less turnover potentially than the offense, but you're gonna have, maybe 10 to 12 new starters out of 22. Yeah, no, PFF has not been particularly kind to him, has it, Mason? 105th out of 110 cornerbacks in the league. I wonder what he was last year. Top 20, maybe? 31-0 here in this one. I hope it doesn't go like this. Again, Madden doesn't understand the excitement that is Jameis Winston. They've got the pick. They've got the interceptions part right, but they're missing the 500 yards and 4 touchdowns part. Yeah, Jim, I don't know. They signed him to a 3-year extension last year. I need to go see a shrink or something, or To me, it looks like every time he keeps yanking them left, I don't know if that's like a plant foot thing or a ball contact point thing, but it feels like it should be something. Look at that. Gosh, we are 3-1 getting out yardaged right now. Deep shot. Winston, right side. Man open. Drops it in the bucket. Jamari Thrash. 10-5. And the Browns are going to avoid the shutout. Jamari Thrash beats him off the line. And Winston threw a dot right between the two defenders. Look at that. You cannot throw a more perfect pass. We're getting the full Jameis now. What a throw. And Jamari Thrash into the end zone, and the Browns will avoid the shutout here. That's good with David. 71 yards. You know, that would be one of the more ridiculously head-scratching things to add to a ridiculously head-scratching year. That's true, 504. Maybe they just did. Maybe they have learned about the full Winston, the full Jameis. Never go full Jameis. 364 to 174 total yards, and they just threw 71 of them on that last throw. 9:30-13 here, not 31, 13 here. Number dyslexic tonight. Hey, gamers, welcome in. Go Browns indeed. It has not gone our way here in the sim. Browns didn't get a first down until the 2-minute warning of the first half. Hey, Devin Bush. Quickly, of course, playing his old team. Sacking Russell Wilson. David, it's a good question. I'm going to tend to say that I don't think that Stefanski will fire him. But they do need to figure out, you know, they're kind of like feast or famine. They're incredible, or it's like a 75-yard bust of it. You know what I mean? Like, think about what was at that game where Denzel got beat like 3 times at the Chargers game, maybe? I can't remember who we played, where they would like talk about it and Denzel would not play, or in one play Denzel didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to find a way to keep his guys from screwing up those communication things. But by and large, the scheme is okay. Yeah, does it have weaknesses? Sure. You know, teams that are really good at selling different looks can use our aggressiveness against us. We've seen bubble screens and we've seen reverses and a couple different things. But by and large, as long as we're not making significantly disgusting breakdowns on the back end, like, we still have a top 15, top 10 caliber defense. We're not turning the ball over nearly as well, but they're not getting the complementary football. A lot of the defense's problems this year are that the offense just sucked like the vacuum of space for so long. Yeah, that's a big part of it too. A 3rd and 17, and there's dudes running wide open. That's tough to explain. And at some point, you know what I mean? Like, oh, execution on the players, execution on the player. At some point, it's like the college professor. If everybody does poorly on the exam, he's gonna curve it, right? Because he doesn't want it to look, oh, I must have taught this badly. Like, at some point, Jim Schwartz has to be like, if we keep making all of these mistakes, then it's not an execution thing. I'm doing something wrong, you know. A great quote Tyvis Powell had on one of our pregame shows in the beginning of the season when the Browns were kind of in the middle of that struggle, and everybody was shocked at how bad we were with the penalties and stuff. And he said one of his favorite coaches said, you know, anytime you see those penalties and those mistakes, is Winston's going to get a big run to the right and slide at the 10. Anytime you see those penalties and those mistakes, you know, from a coach, he's like, you're either coaching those things, which again, no one in their right mind coaches penalties. He's like, or you're allowing them to happen. And he's like, and that's where some of his frustrations have been with the Browns coaches. Is like, sure, are we coaching those things, Jim Schwartz? No, but we're allowing them to happen, which is also bad. So We'll see. I'm not sure what his contract is, Jim. That's a good question. I'm not sure how public the coaches' contracts are, frankly. So we'll see. I would say if one of them's going to go, Dorsey's going to go before Schwartz would. How about we'll say that? And Ventrone could go too. His units have been spotty as well. So let's say I would handicap it that way. I would say most likely to go Dorsey, second most likely to go Ventrone, third most likely to go Schwartz. Doesn't mean it would go that direction, but that's that's my confidence level in which ones are going to get replaced. Back to pass again. Here's Winston. Now he'll fire right side. End zone again. Caught for a touchdown. Elijah Moore. So a couple of fourth quarter touchdowns are going to make this one feel a little bit more respectable. And they'll go for 2 here with 3-2-1 on that clock. Fourth, 3-2-1. Left side throw and knocked away. Had the man open, but Highsmith released and swatted the ball out of the air. 13-31, and now Browns are going to go onside. Why not? Here's the onside kick way high in the air and snagged by the Steelers. And snagged by Van Jefferson. Yeah, Jim, I think he's got to go as well. They have been, I mean, again, it's hard to replace a legend, and Bill Callahan is a legend. Now, the Titans haven't exactly been lighting it up on offense either, but they, that kind of, for me, that's been the biggest disappointment of everything. The Watson stuff aside, the O-line being just brutally awful, all of the penalties, throw in the injuries, you know what I mean? Like, how different would this line look if Luke Whippler was playing, you know, and Dewan was healthy? And but we'll have to wait a year to find out. I think they like Zinter. Zinter, I think, is a keeper. Dewan, obviously, a keeper. I think they like Whippler. And then you just got to figure out what you're going to do with that other tackle spot. Do you draft a young player? 2-minute warning time here in Pittsburgh. 31-13 for you palindrome fans. Phil Nagy on Sports joining you here. Again, thanks so much to all of our subscribers. You guys are truly the best. And why we continue to keep doing this is because you guys keep watching. So thank you so much. Very appreciative of that, even though this has been a stressful Browns season, not the way that any of us had wanted it to go. Here's a 3rd and 5 for Russell Wilson, and he'll be sacked again by Myles Garrett. 6th sack of the day for the Browns defense. It's been one of the bright spots for them today. And thank you. I think we've had plenty of replays of that sack. And they'll settle for a field goal. Why not? Mess up my pretty palindrome score with 13-31 unless Boswell misses this one. And his kick is up, and his kick is good. Yeah, Cavs are playing super well. See you, David. Take care, buddy. Cavs are playing great. Guardians, of course, play great. I don't know if you saw today I put in the Discord. I did not foresee it coming, but Guardians were able to re-sign Shane Bieber for a year, which I was I figured he'd be off somewhere hunting big money, but maybe the injury actually ended up being a good thing. So he should come back, and between him and Bybee at the top, it's a pretty solid number 2. I do too. My band's name is a palindrome. My band's name is Dr. Awkward, Dr. Awkward. It's a palindrome. Left side throw, dropped it in the bucket. It's Jeudy, 20, 10, 15. That's the other way, Phil, and touchdown. Jerry Jeudy. Yep, 21-20. A great example. So Jerry Jeudy, there he is, and Winston finally throwing it to the right guys. This one, I think, almost that's that clear out route where Judy's supposed to clear it out, and you throw that out to Elijah Moore underneath it. But Jerry Jeudy was the one who's actually open. And again, Browns trying to make it respectable here. Looks like they're just going to end up losing this one by 14. Remembering that a few short minutes ago they were down 31. That was a 64-yard touchdown pass from Winston to Jeudy. And they're going to go, we're going to get another onside kick. Why not? Come on, give us some love. Or not. Directly to Miles Killebrew. Okay. Do appreciate everybody being on. I'll wrap up the stats at the end of this one with a hopeful declaration that we'll just be able to force win it and never have to come back to it. Somehow, well, we'll see. Who knows? I think we can beat the Steelers again, but got to play well, and we cannot go full Jameis. The hard part, of course, is which Jameis, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to go full Jameis, and you're like, I just want you to be the Ravens Jameis, where you throw 3 touchdowns. Like, it's so hard to... If he could do that regularly, he'd be a $150 million franchise quarterback still. But he's never been able to control it. No, he's just short of it, Wendell. I think in real life he's got like 952. So he should get it this weekend. 10 seconds on the clock. Mercifully, that is the rest of the timeouts for the Browns, and they will kneel down one more time. And here we go. $34-20. Closer than it was for the majority of the football game. The Steelers will get the dub here. Stefanski and Tomlin shake hands, even if it goes according to this direction this weekend. The Browns will fall to 3-10. Russell Wilson today in the winning effort, 22 of 37 for 246 and 4 touchdowns for Wilson. He has really added that passing game element. Harris 28 for $111. Wilson 5 for 26. Never saw Jalen Warren in this game. Freiermuth leading receiver, 6 for 61, a touchdown, 4 for 64 for Pickens, 4 for 26 and 2 touchdowns for Scotty Miller. Harris with 3, Austin with 3 and a touch, and 2 for the big Darnell Washington. Defensively, Queen with 9, 7 for Roberts, 5 for Killebrew. Sacks today, Highsmith, Ogunjobi, and Queen, and then again the 2 picks both by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He had a very good game, which is not fun for us. Jameis today, 19 of 26. He only threw the ball 26 times, and we were down the entire game because we just never had the ball. 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the 2 brutal interceptions per usual. Nick Chubb just 9 carries for 5 yards. That's disgusting. Winston had a 21-yard scramble. 6 for 120 and a touchdown for Judy. Great game for him eventually. 5 for 27, a touchdown for Moore. 3 for the Chief. 2 for 84, including the 71-yarder for Jamari Thrash in this one. 12 tackles for Jordan Hicks today. 10 for Diabate. 9 for Bush. So how about your 3 linebackers? Your leading tacklers, 9 as well for Delpit and Ward. 2 sacks for Obo. 2 sacks for Garrett. 2 sacks for Bush. How about that? 2 sack performances. All right. That's going to do it for this one. Browns couldn't turn the Steelers over, which is part of the reason that they dropped this game. All right, guys, really appreciate you being on. This one was a lot of fun, and at least to be with you. The game wasn't particularly fun, but again, remember that the good news is that we very often play well, even when we don't in real life. So, Jim, take care of yourself. Good night to you as well. Appreciate you guys joining me. Again, join Kit and I on Sunday. We'll have a live game chat going during the real Browns game, and hopefully it will turn out better than that one did. All right, guys, appreciate all of our subscribers. Again, thanks for liking the video as well. We'll see you next time. Today we'll say go Steelers, and as always, go Browns!